raise your hand. If you're in multi, raise your hand. If you're in second, raise your hand. If you're in third, raise your hand. Fourth, fifth grades, sixth grades, yeah, seventh grades, eighth grades. All right. So obviously it's not Friday, but we have a special assembly planned for you guys this afternoon. This is Mark Banduka. He's the conductor of all of the bands in Old Orchard Beach, but the one that you see in front of you is the Old Orchard Beach High School Jazz Band. He was my band director when I was in high school. And see the trophy player in the middle? Jacqueline, raise your hand. Really high. Hi, that's my sister Jacqueline. So they're here to play some really cool tunes for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to get your feet tapping and all that good stuff. So without further ado, here is the Old Orchard Beach High School Jazz Band under the direction of Mark Banduka.
That piece is a piece that we used to warm up with. It's called Caliente Blues, and it featured a solo on the baritone saxophone by Jake Holman there. Jake is a 9th grader, freshman in high school. A lot of what we do in jazz has to do with the idea of improvisation, and that means that when these people stand up to take a solo, they're making it up as they go along. There's no music, they're just using it out of their heads. They take the framework of the music and they just develop a solo. And it's kind of fun. Sometimes it's a little scary when you first do it because you're not sure what to do, but you know what? You get better at it the more you do it, and it really gets to be interesting. You know, there's no such thing as a wrong note. You just try different things. So what we're going to play for you now is another piece of music it's a blues. It's a particular form. It's called the Accidental Blues, which is kind of a funny name because they did everything on purpose. It's not really an accidental. But this piece is going to feature several solos, and what I do with this piece is that I don't tell anybody who's going to do the solo until I point to them and it's time for them to do it. Okay? So that kind of makes it a little bit fun. It's a little bit different, and it's just sort of a random thing that we do. It's another thing that we do when we warm up. But if there are those of you that are interested in playing music, and particularly learning how to play some jazz, then this is a good way for you to just get started, you know, in playing solos. And everybody supports everybody else. We all try really hard, and it just gets to be a lot of fun. You sort of forget the fear of doing it, and you just learn how to play. So this is called the Accidental Blues, and it'll feature 3 or 4 soloists playing a blues solo somewhere in the middle whenever I decide what it is I'm going to do. So soloing like that is a big part of playing jazz, and it makes it a lot of fun. When you mix up the music part where there's reading the music with the ensemble and then put the solos in, it's nice. And it's nice when we get to feature different people. Who did we feature that time? We had Mary Williams on piano, we had Christina Coleman on trombone, we had Nate Gordon on alto saxophone, and Ian Bach on alto saxophone as well. So when you play music, obviously we want you to learn how to read music, but we also want you to be able to make some stuff up as you go along. It's kind of, just sort of free form, doing your own thing, and it's good. It's good. Now, one of the things you may like to do if you play music is to play in a smaller group, which you call a combo. And that largely depends on developing what we call a rhythm section. The rhythm section in a jazz group is typically your keyboard or your chord instrument. Sometimes we use a guitar, and your bass back there, and your drums. And we also have an auxiliary percussion playing some Latin instruments and congas. But the rhythm section is the heartbeat of a group, any group, right? Whether it's a rock band, a jazz band, a marching band, it's a rhythm section that really makes the thing run. So establishing the rhythm section in a combo is a really good thing to do. We have a combo here at Old Orchard that plays out quite a bit. They do a lot of different functions. They play for graduation ceremonies, they play for Rotary clubs, they do things like that around town. They also competed at the state level this year and did very well. And we have two wind instrument players. Ian's going to come up and play, and Jacqueline's going to come down and play some trumpet. We're going to play two combo tunes for you so you can see what a combo is like compared to a big band. So come on down, guys. This first tune is called Morning Dance, and it's by a sort of a rock funk group from the 1970s called Spyro Gyra. Old Orchard Beach Combo. Now you notice they run their own show. That's the other nice thing about combo music is that they really have a chance to be their own bosses and decide. I let them decide who solos when and who does this and who does that, and it's kind of fun for them because they get to be kind of in charge. Well, they can go out, they can play for about an hour. They've got enough material to do that, and they, like I said, they do that around the community, and sometimes they even get paid. People pay them to play their instruments. How cool is that? All right, you can enjoy playing your music and make a little money at it at the same time. That's kind of nice. So that's what a combo sounds like. You guys are an excellent audience, by the way. I want to compliment you. You're a very, very good audience. It's really a pleasure for us to come down here and play. And it got us out of school, too. That was really cool, too. We're going to play for you now 3 tunes, which is our competition set for the year. This group went to the state jazz competition up at Mount Desert Island High School. And this particular band placed 3rd in the state. We're very proud of that. They placed 3rd in the state. And we also went down to Boston, played at the Berkeley Jazz Festival, which we try to do every year. And so it's a group that, they're the best musicians in our school. They come to this band by audition or invitation. We practice on Tuesday afternoons and Thursday afternoons after school, and these are very busy people. Raise your hand if you play a sport as well as play music. So it's a whole bunch of, raise your hand if you do things like dance and other things outside of it. So, and most of these kids are also in the top level classes in the high school, so they've got a lot of homework, and they study hard, they get good grades. So we're really proud of what they can do with this group, being an after-school group. So what we're going to play for you now are the 3 tunes that we played in our competition set that got them to 3rd place. And the first one is called That's How We Roll, and it's by a California composer and band director named Gordon Goodwin. And this is a professional level piece of music. It's on a recording with pros, and we were lucky enough to learn it and play it. So it's kind of a funk tune. That's how we roll. Ian Brock, an alto saxophone solo there. Ian? Thank you. The next piece we're going to play is called an arrangement. And what that means is that the piece of music had already existed somewhere else, and somebody thought it would make a nice piece to use with a jazz ensemble, so they took that piece of music and arranged it for this size group. The original location of this piece was a Broadway show called The King and I don't know if you've ever seen that, but there's a tune in there called I Have Dreamed. It's kind of a love song, and the composer, the arranger, took this tune and sort of made it into sort of a rock ballad. So we're going to play I Have Dreamed from The King and I, and it's going to feature a trombone solo by our first trombonist, Sarah Laveria, right there. just to give you an idea of who comprises a group like this, how many in the band are ninth graders, freshmen? Raise your hand. Okay, so there's some, even the first year in high school, they're making this band. That means they're good players. Sophomores, second year, 10th grade? Only one, okay. Juniors, 11th graders? Bunch of juniors. All right. Seniors? And a handful of seniors there. So people from all 4 grades can be part of this group. If you're someone that plays a musical instrument, keep playing it. Right? The memories that you get when you play music will last you your whole lifetime. I promise you. All right? I've been playing the trombone for almost 50 years, and I still have as much fun now as I did the very first day I played it. So, and I never ever met anyone who was happy they quit their instrument. Never. I've never met a single human being that was glad they stopped. So remember that, okay? And if you don't play an instrument, think about learning how to play music. Think about learning how to read music, learn how to do this, because it's a great way to spend time with friends. It's a great way to learn things. It helps you with all your other subjects, and it also builds memories. 20 years from now, you'll talk about the great things you did when you were doing stuff in music in school. I promise you that too. It's true. It has been really a pleasure for us to play for you today. We're going to finish with one more piece. This is our closing piece, and it's a famous tune by a famous composer named George Gershwin. It's called Strike Up the Band.
Let's give him one more round of applause.